Okay, so today we move from our we follow the Torah text, and we move from stories of Abraham to the stories of Jacob, and with that we move from theft, which is in Noahide number 4, to justice, which is in Noahide number 5. And in fact, as you can see in the text, all the stories about Jacob revolve around one issue, which is the justice and civil order. I'll give you an example. The stories of Jacob start with his struggle with his brother Esau around one issue: who is going to be the firstborn? Now, being firstborn status, that status allow you to get twice as much inheritance, beside the blessing, spiritual blessing. So it's a civil issue. Who is going to be the firstborn? So Jacob had claim. They were twins, and there were many, and he sold it to Jacob, moreover. So Jacob had his own claim. Esau had his own claim. But the struggle with them is about who is right, who is the lawful firstborn, according to the law, according to the justice. And then also the question is, who is really qualified to be the firstborn? That's another issue. But the whole struggle with them is around justice and civil order, under category of civil order. Then he ran away. He cheats back, if you want, Esau, and as a result, he has to run away. If you take the law in your hand, it could be that that's the end. The result is he ran away for his life, and he goes to Laban, and there he being cheated again. Laban gave him the wrong girl, the wrong sister, despite their agreement. So that's again an issue of who is right, civil right, justice. And then the story continues. As you know, he worked for Laban for several years and without any good compensation. And he charged Laban, I worked for you for so many years, the summer, autumn, sun, and at the colder winter in the snow, and you didn't pay me anything. That's clearly a civil right issue. Justice, fairness. It's not about God, it's about justice. And then finally, when he come back to the land of Israel, and then of course he cheat Laban back, and the result is that he has to run for his life. And when he comes to the land of Israel, his daughter, Dinah, is abducted and raped by the son of the city mayor, Shem. That's again an issue of civil right. He has a right to live in a city peacefully without the daughter being abducted. Regardless of the story there was involving, but the issue is clearly civil right. So all the stories of Jacob can be painted, if you want, with one color. Let's say we decided in the past to paint it, let's say, in purple. The same way we painted Abraham's stories with green, because all of them revolve around theft. And the same way we had painted Noah's stories from Cain and Abel to the flood with red, because all of them involve, consider, or revolve around bloodshed. And the same way we painted the story of Eden with pink, because it's all about love, heavenly love and human love, as well as betrayal of love, adultery, and so on. So Eden is pink. And chapter 1, which teaches us idolatry, is red, as we decided gold. So if you go this way, you see that the book of Genesis is written by Moses in such a way, it takes the reader step by step through the commandment. First of all, we learn the commandment order. We have now the right order that Moses thought about. And secondly, as a Noahide, if you want to know anything about justice, here you are. The Torah gives you, Moses writes you the story of Jacob, and it to highlight issues that around justice that you would never think about otherwise. The same way that he wrote the story of Abraham and the theft, which touches so many issues that around theft that Noah should know. And certainly the story of Eden and idolatry. So this is a Torah given to us. The Torah is given to us to learn and to derive conclusion. So here you are as a Noahide. This is the DNA of Noahide movement, to know about the seven commandments and to teach them. What do you need to teach? Not just write the headline on the board. You need to open up the story of Jacob and study it, and you'll understand what justice is. Because if you learn it in detail, we're not going to do it in our class. You can read it in detail, verse by verse, and story by story. You will learn a lot about injustice and justice, social story. The same way you learn about theft with Abraham and so on. So now the question is, in fact, I should have said the name of the class. If I had to put a name of our class, it will be "How Can Noahide Be Holy?" That's I would put as a headline of justice number 1. Okay, class number 1. How can Noahide be holy? So here comes the question. Knowing just what I've said, the question arises, if so, if the book of Genesis takes us from one commandment to commandment, so where is a point where Noahide can learn how to be holy? I heard this question in your group. People ask me sometime in the past, how can I be holy? And in the past, other people in other classes ask me the same question. For Israel, it's easy. It's clear. Israel follow the 613 commandment. And the commandment make us holy. How do I know? Because in Leviticus, in Leviticus, the Torah says that I'll quote to you, and God said to Moses, tell Israel, I am holy, and you should be holy. Keep up my commandment. A man should honor or fear his father and mother, should observe the Sabbath, should leave a portion in the field for the poor. It goes to the list of the commandments. So, but this is it. So how do we tell Israel how should we be holy? Keep the commandment. The commandment or the 10 commandments, which are split into all the 613. So, and that's why when I do a commandment, okay, when I as a member of Israel, I do a commandment, I made a special blessing. I say, before I do the commandment, before I take the lulav, I say, bless you, Hashem, the King of the universe, who the King of the universe, who have made us holy by his commandment. Bless you, Hashem Elohim, for King of the universe, who made us holy through this commandment, and who gave us this commandment to take the lulav, or to do this or that. So I mentioned right away before the doing any commandment that I become holy by the commandment. And so this is the third. I have a lot of opportunity to do that. 613 commandments, so to speak. But Noachide have only 7. Can Noachide be also holy by the commandment? By the way, the whole idea of commandment is really unique to Judaism, because if you think about it, other religions would say, how should the person become holy? Go to leave everything, go to monastery, seclude yourself there, live modestly, chant psalms, and wait for the second coming. Yeah, you can do good things, but the main thing is secluding yourself from the society. A woman should leave her family and be married to the church or whatever. That's how you become holy. In Israel, the monasteries are built on the way to Jericho. There is a wadi with tall walls, straight up walls, very deep. And the monasteries are built on the wall in a way that a person can climb up there maybe once a month on the rope or somewhere. They are totally secluded from society. So that's a way to become holy. Other religions would say how to become holy. You sit in a cave where let your hair grow, your nail grow. Again, seclude yourself, leave all the foolishness of the world behind you. Commit yourself to God, walk on nails, and you become holy. And so on. So the common thread of all religions around the world, holiness is usually attached to someone to take yourself away from the foolishness of mundane life. Don't waste your life on some foolishness that's passing will pass away. Dedicate yourself to worship Hashem, to chant, to study, to meditate, whatever. And that makes you holy. Come Judaism and say, wait a minute, Hashem says, be holy by doing the commandment. Doing the commandment means go, or the opposite, go, you cannot fulfill the commandment by sitting in a cave. You need a congregation, you need a house, you need a home, you need society. There is not, the whole life in society is full of commandments. Everything you do during the day is involved in this pursuing the commandment or implementing the commandment of God in the mundane day. So the idea of being holy through the commandment is really strange, and it's really exceptional. Even Islam, who actually at least present itself as close to the Judaism as possible, but their idea of holiness is also a Sufi philosopher who will think about philosophy of God, compose poetry, and swirl around beautiful dance to ecstasy, and he connect to God. No one think in Islam there that a way to connect, to be holy, is to fulfill God's commitment, God's commandment. In fact, they don't even recognize beside prayer 4 times a day. 4 times a day is one of the commandments. So if I do pray as God in the way that God commanded me, connect to Him as a service to Hashem through prayer, I become holy through the prayer. It's all right. But this is only one of the 613. So let's go back to our question. How can a Noahide with only 7 commandments be holy? So how can then, what is holiness? Really, that's the time to ask the question. What do I mean being holy? If I say that the Holy Temple is holy in Jerusalem, I mean that there is a holiness in the place. Most scholars will say, non-Jews or non-religious, so the holiness means that the place is forbidden to go. If a place is secluded, it's forbidden to, oh, this place is holy, don't go there. That's true. The Holy Temple is holy, and you cannot approach it. Only a few people can enter it at a certain time under certain circumstances. But it's inaccessible to the regular person. So that's one aspect of holiness. That's a forbidden place for talking about the holiness of the temple. And later on, we'll talk about the holiness of man. But holiness of temple, as an example, is the fact that I cannot enter it. But that's not enough. There are places like I'm forbidden to go because it's filthy. So why do you take the fact that the prohibition to enter as a sign that it's holy? Not at all. Yes, a place of holiness is expressed by the fact, expressed by the prohibition to enter it. But certainly there is some positive element in the temple, something positive that render it holy place. Not just a prohibition, But there is something positive in an element in the temple that I would call holiness. And what is it? The Shekhinah. The presence of the Shekhinah in the holy temple under the cherub, under the wing of the cherub, that render the entire temple holy. That was the case in the first temple, where there was a holy ark and a cherub, and the Shekhinah really was seen there. There was clearly evidence, a miracle happened in the temple that to show that the Shekhinah is there. The second temple, where there was no ark, no cherubs, the Shekhinah was not there anymore because of what happened. Well, the second temple didn't have the same kind of holiness. It has only rabbinical holiness, if you wish, but not the Shekhinah was not there. So genuine holiness means that the positive presence of Shekhinah. Why the Sabbath is holy? Because the Sabbath is perceived as a dwelling with the presence of Shekhinah in time, in the temple of time, in the dimension of time. The Shekhinah can be in 3 dimensions in a temple, but she also can be in the 4th dimension of time. It's the Sabbath. So now if saying that a person is holy by the commandment, what does the Torah mean? The Torah means that the Shekhinah enter us by doing positive commandment. Wow. And there are 2 elements. The Shekhinah enter us, like the Holy Temple has negative, there are negative commandment and positive commandment. Negative commandment thou shalt not do, and positive commandment we should do. Obviously, if I follow just a negative commandment, I don't do anything. I just don't kill, I don't steal. It's good, but it's not enough to make me holy. In order to be elevated to holiness, I need to do positively the commandment, to draw her to me through the positive commandment. It's like a temple has 2 aspects. First of all, you don't prohibition to go close. And then there is a positive thing, that's her presence. So we need negative commandment to render us, to qualify us to the next step of doing positive commandment. If I violate theft and I violate adultery, and I sing and I come to the temple, I sing hallelujah, God will despise me. Instead of getting holiness, I will be thrown into hell, so to speak. She will push me away. So in order to go up to elevate yourself to holiness, you first need to follow the negative commandment, and then you go to the positive one. The positive one will connect Hashem to you. How does it work? How does it work that I do positive commandment and the Shekhinah enter my heart? Well, there are many great literature about it. Hasidism teaches us that somehow when we do commandment of God, it really changes our body. Our liver is not the same. Our heart is not the same. Our physical presence in this world is not the same, and it renders us capable of absorbing Hashem into our body. That's Hasidut. It's not necessarily works like this. It's all spiritual levels. And I understand that in order to get the positive into the Shekhinah to enter us, when she comes here, you do a good thing. You want to attract her to your heart. Well, when she enters it and she sees there what you have done, that you committed the negative thing, adultery, she will run away from you. She will not continue to dwell in you. So you need to clean yourself, first of all, by abiding by Elohim law, prohibitions, and then you climb to the positive thing. Okay, we got the idea, so let's go back to Noachide. I have 7 commandments. Which one of them are negative? Which one of them are positive? Idolatry, number 1, surely negative. Don't worship idols, that's it. Yeah, there is a positive aspect, you should worship Hashem, but that's not a commandment. The commandment itself is negative. Adultery, there is a positive aspect. You should marry your wife, but the commandment is negative. Do not commit adultery. It's a negative command. Number 3, bloodshed. Do not shed blood. Theft, do not steal, don't abduct. All of them are negative. Which one of them is positive? Also blasphemy, negative. Which one of them is positive? Number 5, justice. Turn out that from 6 of commandments that Adam received in Eden, which are the base of the Torah, Noach only added 1, but basically the 6 are the core of everything. So only justice, pursuing justice, is a positive commandment that allows me, if I fulfill it, it connects me to Hashem, and the Shekhinah will dwell on me. Wait a minute, justice? What does justice to do with the Shekhinah? What does justice to do with holiness? Certainly you ask yourself. I know holiness is singing, cathedral, choir, whatever, but to study about end of time, Satan, Revelation, soul, justice? What is justice to do with the dwelling of holiness in your heart? I'm so more than prayer, more than anything else, justice. So what is that to do? So let's be more elaborate a little bit. What exactly do I need to do in order to implement justice? The Rambam says 4 things. One of them, set up a just judiciary system. Number two, set up courthouses in every district. Stand up and do it. The language is stand up and do it. Stand up and elect judiciary system. Just law. Stand up and elect courthouses. Stand up and elect qualified judges. Judges that are strong character, don't take bribe, they are truthful people. They qualified according to Yitro. When Yitro came to Moses, he advised Moses about the judges. Yitro was a Noachide. So here come a Noachide and tell Moses what kind of judges he should elect for this mitzvah, for this commandment. So elect judges. Number four would be set up loyal police to enforce it. So you need to stand up and do a lot of things. Mundane thing, apparently mundane thing. If you do that, the Shekhinah will enter your heart. Boom, again. What are you saying? What is the connection? I understand that justice is a good way to society to handle itself, to secure the welfare of people, and so on. It's a common arrangement, agreement between people, as philosopher, German philosopher said. I understand that, but Shekhinah going into our heart by erecting courts, by selecting judges, by police. What did that do with Shekhinah? So is there any other positive commandment of the six? No. That's really, we have no other commandment positive to get to Hashem, to get Hashem love, to make Hashem loving us and entering our heart. I mean, they talk about the Shekhinah, but justice. So how can I explain the connection? And here we go very deep. We go deep as it can be. And this is as follows. When I do justice, I emulate whom? Elohim, the heavenly court, the heavenly judge. The heavenly judge is a judge who follow the truth, who pray, who retribution is measure for measure, and he sit all day and judge all the entire universe. Once a year, Rosh Hashanah, he passes judgment on the entire universe. So by issuing a just verdict, by seeking the truth, and by issuing a just verdict, I have emulated Elohim as possibly human. What about creating? If I create iPhone, Elohim also is a smart, wisdom of Elohim is shown in the universe. So why don't, if I create this iPhone, you can say, I also emulate Elohim? No. Elohim created the universe from nothing. What we do in our wisdom, we just rearrange things. So we don't really emulate Elohim in that era, but we do emulate Elohim by sitting in judgment, and by the judge issuing a truthful verdict as much as it could humanly possible. So, but if I fulfill, now if you go to the list of the commandment and you ask yourself which one, of course, only by judgment. I cannot emulate Elohim by fulfilling adultery. Elohim never involved in adultery. It's given to me, but Elohim himself is never involved in it. Bloodshed the same way, theft the same way. So all the commandments that we keep as a negative one have nothing to do with Elohim work. It's only given to us. But justice is a part. Justice is the way that I positively emulate Elohim. So again, it stands out suddenly, justice is the only way that I could connect not only to Shekhinah, but even to Elohim, emulate him. All the rest of the commandments are just prohibition, but this is a positive way that emulate him. Fine. What about the Shekhinah? The whole purpose is to be, if I want to be holy, means it's holiness is not in the eyes of Elohim. Holiness is in the eyes of the Shekhinah, YHVH, the attribute of mercy. She needs to come to my heart. What is keeping the law, or what is keeping justice to do with the Shekhinah? Why is she involved? And here is a profound insight that I promise you. Because why is the Shekhinah here to start with? Who invited her? You remember the story of Genesis? At the beginning, Elohim wanted to create the 6 days by himself. Rashi says, seeing that the world, the universe will not, or the world will not endure, especially with Adam. Adam will not endure such harsh scrutiny. So Elohim wanted to give Adam a chance to win his trial. So he asked a bit of mercy to join. So by definition, she came here to ameliorate harsh judgment of Elohim, to oppose him, to ameliorate him. That was the beginning. Then chapter 2 tell you that the world was recreated by Hashem Elohim, the two cherubs side by side. Here they appear in love, in agreement. Here they appear in love, in agreement. So, and she is not ameliorating Elohim. She is not opposing Elohim. The two cherubs touching each other by wing by wing, they form the child Adam, They look at him with love, and they themselves shows heavenly love. Everything is pink there. On which, and they give him the sixth commandment. All the commandments that they gave to Adam are all negative ones. And with adultery, theft, and bloodshed, she acts, if we sin, she acts as opposing, as to ameliorate our judgment. She still, with regarding to all the commandments that they gave us, she is still here as she came for. She came to ameliorate the verdict, to make it easier for us. But when it comes to justice, number 5, she loved it too. This is the only commandment that the 2 attributes love mankind together with total agreement. If in the eyes of Hashem, if you commit justice, if you don't take advantage of the poor or the weak, listen, this is an entire Jeremiah right there. What are the prophets of Israel shouting? Shouting many things, but especially how they dare to commit injustice. God, who hate you? The Shekhinah hate you. Because the Shekhinah love justice as much as Elohim. No other commandment is shown in no other commandment. Because with all the other commandments, she is there to ameliorate, to oppose, to offer forgiveness. Forgiveness means Elohim should come down. Let's forgive our child. But when you do positive commandment of justice, here the 2 attributes stand together in love, with no quarrel about it, no debate about it between them. They look at us with heavenly love and as oneness, in oneness. They stand as one. So the oneness of Hashem is implemented in the world through justice. That's a strange idea. It's not, you don't hear it in Christianity, you don't hear it in Islam, you don't hear it in Buddhism, you don't hear it anywhere. The oneness of Hashem, the 2 attributes that usually are opposing each other. You know when they are when they show up wing against wing? We love. And Moses depicted them as a boy and a girl looking at each other with love. You know when? When you implement justice. And Jeremiah is happy. And Isaiah is happy. And Amos is happy. Yes, there are other things, of course. But injustice? How dare you do this? So this is why number 5, which is also pertain to Noachide. So number 5 is a way to become holy in Yad Vashem. If you stand up and do these things, you become holy. You don't have to run to the water and to baptize yourself with water. You don't have to sing hallelujah. There is no sermon. Nobody put water on your head. Nobody call you a saint or something like that. Simply follow justice implement justice in society, and Shekhinah will, and the rest will come automatically. Or you say, oh, that's only for me, only for Noachide. What about Israel? So I give you a revelation from the Parsha, this week's Parsha. You know when the name changed to Israel? When Jacob found justice, he was seeking justice all his life. When he finally faced Esau face to face, and they came in an agreement, and justice happened, the true justice happened, because Esau recognized him. Not by the law, but because genuinely Jacob was the right heir of Abraham. Esau recognized it finally. So seeking the truth, justice is seeking the truth. Finally, Esau recognized the truth, says Sfat Emet. When Esau found the truth, Israel was elevated to the name of Jacob, was elevated to Israel. So Israel was born with the implementing of justice. And Israel is here to spread justice in the world. So Israel too is very much, the holiness of Israel evolves, stem out from seeking justice, not different than Moachar. Israel, though, has one more step to go higher with the Sabbath. There is one more step higher. If you keep the Sabbath, that's a different topic. That's what makes it different and higher, so to speak, not higher, but closer to the Shekhinah by keeping the Sabbath. But as the rest of it, beside that, Israel is equal to Noachide in holiness. Listen, holiness was endowed to Jacob not by circumcision. Abraham circumcised himself, did not qualify for that. As opposed to many people who think that circumcision makes Israel holy. It's not by the Torah. What Israel, what elevated Israel and can elevate Noach is to holiness, is to observe number 5 in the name of Israel. I'll tell you a legend that a story that can depict this, what I've just said. You know, when the angel in the morning, Jacob overcame the angel, and he was on the ground. So the sun came up, and the angel pleaded, let me go, because the sun is up. So Rashi says, where is the angel going? The answer is when it goes up to sing with the 70 nations, angels, they sing every morning, holy, holy, holy. So the angel goes up and he says to Jacob, but your name is Israel. And you are qualified to sing holy, holy, holy from the ground. That story, we repeat it in every time I stand Shmona, Amidah prayer in public of 10 Jews. I say Kedusha, holiness, and I repeat the story of the angels. And we Israel sing holy from the ground. So which means being holy endowed me without me the ability to sing holy from the ground, whereas the angels sing it up in heaven. Could be, why not Noahide? Moses, the Talmud says, Moses kept the holiness only to those, and also circumcision. He kind of took it to Israel only and elevated it only to those who keep the Sabbath. And that's Moses. But here from our story, could be that all Noahide could have been involved in circumcision and also in holiness of Jacob here. But Moses took it to confide it because he formed Israel as a congregation that keeps the Sabbath. So that's the story of the Sabbath, which is one more step what we are talking here. So the question is, if you sum up here, how would Noahide seek holiness? Send your children to yeshiva. They can learn justice. Who said that? Ramban here said. All Bnei Noahide should learn the Talmud. What part of the Talmud? The part of, especially the Talmud, part of the Talmud that involve or deal with the justice and theft, which is a major part of the Talmud. Take you years to study. So send your children to yeshiva, and so they can learn like the children of Israel at that age. They also don't spend time on video game, but instead they sit. Imagine teenagers. They sit hours and study the law of justice and theft. 6 hours a day, 10 hours a day, even 4 hours a day. Send your children there, and you see what happens. You see how holy they will be. And order the Talmud, buy it, put it in your shelves, read it, teach it, especially those law of justice, and you will become Noahide, become holy. So here is we answer the question: how could Noahide be holy like Israel? Follow the law of justice, implement justice, and that's the only positive commandment that you can do that's open to everyone to get the Shekhinah, to attract the Shekhinah into your heart. She will not come to your heart if you just sway in ecstasy and pray and what. She is not. She will come to your heart if she sees that the only positive commandment you do to attract her, it's been implemented. Okay, so time is on. You have any questions for me?
I have a question whereby I would like to know, just now you mentioned that Abraham himself didn't even receive this justice prize, so to speak, but Jacob did. Sorry for my ignorance, but can I ask you, if Jacob was given the birthright through unjust means, through Rebecca dressing him up to look like his brother, how do you reconcile that justice part with him getting the prize called, where he wrestled with the angel, and he got his name changed from Jacob to Israel? As what you said, it's like nobody else got it, but he achieved it. So I would like to just ask, how in the
I'm
history.
sorry, your
Yeah.
voice wakes up,
Oh, I'm so
so
sorry.
I
Yeah.
couldn't
No,
understand
it's,
your question.
oh,
Can
sorry.
you
It's more the
repeat?
I'm going back to the history of how Rebecca, well, so to speak, tricked the
What did you say?
I think we've lost her, Rabbi.
Her voice was really broken.
of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry if it sounds rude. It's not rude. It's not meant to be rude. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What was the question again?
Oh, sorry. Sandy, am I breaking up? Sorry.
We did lose
No,
you
I'm
there
sorry.
for a little bit. You were kind of breaking up.
Oh, I see. So do you have time for me to repeat again?
Yeah.
My
Ask
question?
me the question you wanted to ask.
Yeah, I was asking that in the history, the leading up to Jacob being the father of the 12 nations, his background was that his mother helped him to sort of swindle his father of the birthright from his elder brother to himself. So in that sense, it's not just. That act was not just. So can I ask how to reconcile an unjust act to justice, which later Jacob did receive justice? That's why his name was changed to Israel.
Yeah.
That's the question.
Your question, if I understand, your question is like this.
Ah.
How could he cheat in order to achieve his truth?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. So it's
Yes.
like two opposing.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
The answer is,
Mm.
the answer is that when you seek justice,
Mm.
and there is no court around,
Mm.
and you want, let's say, he cheated Laban. Laban didn't pay him. So to implement justice, to make it even, he had no way. He couldn't go to any court. He had no way but to cheat Laban again. Esau was, according to the Talmud, Esau excelled in cheating. When the Torah said his mouth was full of hunting, he hunted people. So in order to implement justice against Esau, who was cheating all day long, people and friends and everyone. So Rebecca advised Jacob that he should cheat back. He should back not as a profession, not to become a professional liar, but to implement justice. Sometimes he has no way but to cheat back, as long as you walk on the level of measure for measure. The question is, when it comes in the eyes of Hashem, when the mercy one, she may have a different idea, but in the Rabbinic eyes, since you try to implement justice, you come to it's like I give an example. A person is a killer. If I execute a killer, I kill a man, but it's a just act. I kill a person who deserves to be killed. I cheat a person who deserves to be cheated. So you can look at this way. Anyhow, Jacob had learned to abandon that way. Finally met the angel of Esau face to face. Here they could not cheat, neither he nor Esau. If they
Mhm.
are facing each other face to face with the whole truth, who
Mhm.
among them is qualified to be the heir of Abraham? The truth,
Mhm.
because justice is
Mhm.
taking the truth out. And the truth came out when finally the angel succumbed to Israel
Mhm.
and say, okay, you won. You are the truthful heir of Abraham. And I
Mhm.
go back. I
Mhm.
leave the contest. So here,
Mhm.
so they climb up to another step. Instead of fighting each other for the truth like before, when they face each other, nobody's seeing there.
Mhm.
Them, the two of them, for themselves, they decided. The truth came out. So
Mhm.
Israel, and the name, and once the truth came out,
Mhm.
his name in this way, for the seeking the really truth, his name was elevated to Israel. So
Mhm.
Israel is born while Jacob bring out the truth, not
Mhm.
not by fighting with the hand of Esau. He you know,
Mhm.
his hand, his own hand. Look, he had two end of Jacob look like look like the hand of Esau. Rebecca taught him
Mhm.
to pretend to use his hand like Esau.
Mhm.
So as long as he was doing what Rebecca told him to use
Mhm.
his own hand like Esau and fighting
Mhm.
Esau back, cheating him back the way of Esau,
Mhm.
he always had to run for his life.
Mhm.
But when he wanted truth,
Mhm.
he
Mhm.
consented to it with peace. That's a different that truth.
Mhm.
And the truth came out. So that's basically
Mhm.
so that's a so justice. It, what we can derive from here is justice is not just following the dry law.
Mhm.
Who win according to the law?
Mhm.
You can actually follow the law and not get the truth out,
Mhm.
but you need to seek truth. And true justice is done when the essence, the truthfulness,
Mhm.
coming out.
Mhm.
So
Thank
that's
you for explaining it so well that yeah, it's to a different plane of elevation. I understand. Yeah.
who you really are.
Mm.
You really are. You really
Mhm.
her. Are you really her of Abraham or not?
Mhm.
Esau violated all the law. Now you want to get the Shekhinah on him?
Mhm.
That's exactly what we said. You cannot
Mhm.
come to Hashem and tell him I'm the firstborn.
Mhm.
Tell me with the Shekhinah when
Mhm.
he did everything the opposite. He violated all the law.
Mhm. Mhm.
And opposed to Jacob,
Mhm.
who kept the law and kept the
Mhm.
and he was more qualified
Mhm.
spiritually in his character.
Mhm.
It got much more than that, but that's basically the answer here.
Mhm. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Rabbi.
You know.
Thank you.
Any other question?
Yes, Rabbi, I have one. It's kind of in three parts. In regards to establishing the courts of justice,
Yes.
the system that we have in America today, our judicial system, we have a system, we have courthouses, we have judges,
Yes.
we have police.
Yes.
Does all of that fulfill this commandment, or are you talking about we would have a separate system?
No. I read article about this, and most rabbis who wrote about it, almost all of them, agree 100% that the law of United States are just law, and this is Malchut Chesed. The United States is a kingdom of chesed, of grace, and compassion, and certainly justice, just law. Only that if you want to improve yourself, to learn what exactly the Torah means about it, what the Torah says, what does God say? What did God tell to Moses about just? So you learn the Talmud and you compare and you start draw some conclusion for future laws. When you're elected to the Congress, now you know what to vote for, and so on. But certainly, as it is now, United States is probably the only country in the world beside Israel. I don't know any other country that's really so close to just than America, of course. Hopefully, it will not change to the world. As far as now, all the rabbinical articles agree. I mean, you don't have to copy. You don't have to imitate the Torah law. Absolutely not. It's not that you follow. It doesn't dictate Noahide way. It's only when you learn the Talmud, you get all kind of ideas and rules what the Torah really mean by justice, and you cannot talk about it unless you learn it, unless you absorb yourself and think about it and meditate about it, and then you finally come out, wow, now I know what justice is. Well, now I know what the civil order is. Now I know what theft is, and so on. In the eyes of Torah, which is usually you are really amazed because it's really often I learn Talmud many times with the best lawyers. And as we sat in the class and we learned the Talmud together, lo and behold, many times the lawyers are kind of erupted. Wow, I spent all my years in law school. I never saw such deep discussion of the topic. So it's often many lawyers, all the lawyers that study Torah will tell you that the depth of the Torah is unparalleled.
And one more follow-up. Just in my personal situation, I will never be a judge. I will not be in Congress to make laws and all of that. I know in my personal dealings with people, I need to be just the way I treat them. But in the bigger scheme of things, since I can't do those other things, by serving on a jury when I'm called to serve, is that part of fulfilling this commandment, courts of justice?
Yes, but again, now you rely on your own reflexes, on your own knowledge. And Noahide and Judaism is a religion of learning. When you go to study Torah, you learn, study the Talmud about the law, certain laws, or discussion. So you take a small segment of the Talmud, you discuss it in the class. Whatever you derive from here may change your aspect of what is on individual level. It's not that you are becoming a judge, but you get a perception of what justice is, and it's again that's because the Torah elevated to. That's the only way, Sandy, to connect to Hashem, to get the Shekhinah. So it's not just a right way to do it, because it helps the society. If you want to connect to the Shekhinah, what the Torah says here, that's the way to connect to her. When you study even a small segment of the Torah, just one chapter of the Mishnah, you connect to God. There is no other way. You can pray, you can sing, you can meditate. It's not enough. It's not the same level of the Shekhinah. You want to experience the Shekhinah in your heart. That's the only positive way you can go, because only positive commandment allow you to do that, to become holy. So how can become holy? Which means how can you feel the Shekhinah in your heart? By learning about the law of charity. By learn, if you learn this, then you know what to do, and your relationship to your friend, to your family, everything changes by this particular commandment. Somehow the Torah elected this one more than any other commandment, he said, because here the two attributes agree. They love you, Shekhinah love you, and Elohim love you. If you follow this particular commandment, which is on the surface has nothing to do with religion, but this is a key to holiness for Noahide and for Israel too. So why are the students sit there in yeshiva day and night and learn? What do they gain from it? They don't get any money, no status, nothing, but they get the Shekhinah. It changes their heart. And so that's what the Torah, that's what the number 5 is. Again, it's nice because you climb up on the ladder. You first climb up on adultery on the negative side. Once you reach the top of the number 4, then you reach the positive one. So we said a holy place needs first of all prohibition, not to reach, and then positive one. So of course you follow all the negative one, but that only render your heart capable of getting the next level, which turned to be justice, which is a total surprise.
Thank you, Rabbi. Very, very good lecture tonight.
Well, thank you. Think about it. Next week we'll have Hanukkah, so we'll skip that and we'll meet, God willing, 2 weeks from now. Okay.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you.
Bye.
Happy
Bye
Hanukkah.
bye. Bye.
Thank you.